It's Mark Wester. I'm back here in another video. I was a little kid growing up, you know, it's probably about like, I don't know, say 4 to 6 years old. I would go to my grandparents, and I was I was really into music, listening to radios and electronic gadgets, and my grandparents had several radios, and I would line them up on a dresser and like turn them all on in different stations. And my grandmother would like around turning them off. I'd turn back on. It's crazy that there'd be all these radios on different stations. So I mean, it'd be like why I would want to listen to several different radios all playing different stuff is I don't know, little kid. But this is one of the main radios I used. Is this old radio here with an 8-track player, and I'm going to do a review on it here. My grandparents got this thing probably in the mid-70s. There is when they got it. When I was little, my grandparents had a bunch of old 8-track tapes that I would play and listen to, and even in the 80s, it was kind of becoming antique. But anyway, this was back then they even had 8-track players in cars, which I don't know how many of you would actually know 8-track tape was, but anyway, the door on it is stuck open. There's a little tape door. Okay, you can see it up there. The little tape door is stuck open. It's accumulated a lot of dust in there. Channel selector. Each one of these numbers was had I think each one there's like 4 channels, and each one had like about maybe 3 songs on it a piece, and so you select the channel that you wanted. Kind of interesting way of doing it. Dial light. This little thing. There's actually a lighted AM/FM dial. Nowadays, it'd be a LED lighted display. But for AM/FM tape, phono, you could actually hook a record player up to it at the time, or you could actually still hook a CD player up to this thing using the RCA phono jacks. Here's where the RCA phono jacks would go into. I'm not sure what that might be for an external antenna there in the bottom. I think that's what that's for. Let me show you in the back of this thing. Here's where the power cord folds up in there, and then batteries. Actually, I would fit D batteries, and you can see there was some spilled battery acid. I think one time I had this thing. My grandmother made a tent in the living room, and we just kind of, I was playing in the tent. Anyway, this thing had I guess old batteries, and anyway, it leaked battery acid out of this thing and onto the little throw rug she had in there. So anyway, it did a lot of damage. But anyway, I was just a little kid, but there it is with the door closed. This radio, when I was little, I called this I just called it the white radio, and from my camera lens, it still looks pretty white. It's actually, the casing on it is yellowed quite a bit. Let's see. Here's a little port to do external speakers. You can actually hook external speakers. But anyway, it was actually, the official name for this kind of radio was called a space pod radio, or like a little space pod thing. It's actually, I don't know if the 8-track player still works, but it had tone for high and low, balance, and the volume that kind of broke off, and you gotta get a pliers to adjust the volume. So I just keep this for sentimental purposes because, like I said, as a kid, I would listen to this radio a lot when I would go over to my grandparents' house. Anyway, this was just kind of a piece of my childhood that, my grandparents were gonna get rid of this thing, and I said, let me put it down in my basement for as a collectible, because I say it does work, but I was like, I just kind of wanted to keep it as part of my collection, as part of my childhood type of thing. Everything on this 8-track player. I had my parents had a Panasonic stereo that had an 8-track player in it, and there was a band that the tape would run across, and it was a little, I won't call it plastic, but I don't know, whatever they made that tape band out of. My grandpa worked for the telephone company, worked over in Dallas, and he went over to downtown Dallas and got this little part for the 8-track player, and that thing still works to this day. And on the Panasonic stereo, I think this one still works. Say adjusting the volume is a bit tricky. But anyway, that's and just kind of it. This thing also kind of just reminds me of spending time with my grandparents when I was young. I just kind of want to do a little review on this, and hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you did, please give it a like, comment, and subscribe. And let me know if there's anything else you'd like me to review. All the electronics you'd like me to go over, or new ones. I have a lot of new stuff as well as old stuff like this. But anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good day. Bye.